everyone, and welcome back to the Sideline Eye podcast. We're here in Newry, and I'm with Barra Murray, the Armagh Minor manager. We're a couple of days out from the start of the league, and Barra, you're the new Armagh Minor manager, but not so new. You've had the boys for a wee while now, and you're looking forward to the first game.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So we're sort of started the trialling process in late October, November, and of course I was with these guys, most of them, and under 16 last year, so very familiar with their strengths and I suppose all their areas for development as well. So an exhaustive enough sort of trialling process, and then hit the ground running really the 1st of January. Good bit of training, a couple of challenge matches, and we're more than ready for the start of the league. You know, we've been counting down to the 8th of March since, as I say, October time. And
there's challenge games, I'm sure there's in-house games and everything else, Barra, but you can't beat a competitive outing, you know, the start of the league against Down. You're coming here to Newry on Saturday. It's what it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. There's no way of knowing exactly where you're at in terms of, you know, where you need to be, where every other county's at, even by challenge matches. Like, we had some real good matches. We played Dublin there most recently with Roscommon, with Louth, with Down actually a way back. But it's all, everyone's in transition. Everyone's trying to figure out what their strongest 15 is, what their strongest 24 is. Everybody's trying to incorporate the new rules into their gameplay. You know, so whether you're trying to transition quickly using the tap and go, or whether you're trying to shoot from outside the 2-pointer, the goalkeepers now with the time limits maybe being imposed on them and that. It's just trying to find your way and find your feet as quickly as possible, and every county's going to be in the exact same position.
I know I was talking to you one day in Silverbridge at an in-house game, and you were saying that you weren't calling the new rules anymore because they're just the rules. You're just going to have to adapt to them, whatever comes, and they could change even before the start of your championship campaign, depending what way the FRC meeting and all that goes. So how have you adapted to them, Bar, in terms of coaching and getting the boys to get their heads around them?
Yeah, it's been, I suppose we're very fortunate in that the lads that are 16 and 17 years of age now are really on the crest of a wave. You know, Armagh's the All-Ireland champions at the minute. The minors last year got to the Ulster final and the All-Ireland final. There's a real belief among, you know, the academy teams and this group at under 17 that they're at the top table, you know, then that it's there within their reach for it. So they've come really with their eyes open and full hearts and ready to tackle what's put in front of them. And you're right, we didn't see the point psychologically of calling them new rules, you know, because it is what it is. You know, you go out onto the grass on the pitch, the posts don't change, the perimeter of the pitch doesn't change. It's all perception for the lads. So, you know, there's a new arc. There's a dotted line across the halfway line. You know, at our under 16 the last couple of years, we would have actually encouraged 3 or more to stay up the whole time. So, you know, we would have been adventurous in our attack, which won us a Buncrana Cup and got us the Buncrana Cup final the following year. So, you know, we're more than happy to keep 3 or 4 up in our half if we can get the ball to them quickly enough to affect change on the scoreboard.
And Barry, you have a nice blend there. You'd mentioned the 2 Buncrana Cups, one winning team, one team that got to the final. There's obviously a good bunch of the boys that got to the Ulster and All-Ireland finals last year, so there's plenty of experience and plenty of quality in that squad as well.
There is, and there's a lot of unfinished business. You've got the lads who were on the under-17s last year, fell agonisingly short in the All-Ireland minor final last year, and the boys who were playing in the Buncrana Cup last year at the under-16 were beat by a last-minute point, you know, in that Buncrana Cup final. So again, they've come this year. You're right, there's a lot of experience in it. There's a lot of lads who would be natural captains in any other team. You know, there's nearly an inordinate amount of potential captains in this team, and they just want to improve, they want to learn, they want to be coached. Very coachable lads. We've got great coaches in this year. We've got Barry McDonald working with the defenders and Sean McCreesh working with the attackers. And both lads I played against them, but we met at the Level 2 coaching course that the Ulster Council ran, and I was really impressed with their approach to the game. And when I got the minor job this year, I phoned them both and explained to them what I wanted to do and how I saw the game being played and what way it was going to develop, and both of them just bought in. And what they have brought in terms of energy, enthusiasm, we're on the phone constantly to each other, setting out training plans, identifying from video analysis, areas that we need to develop upon before the next game, and then imparting all that information to the lads. They're keeping a diary, and then the training the next night is normally a step up again, so that's how I would have expected it to go. When you're interviewing for the minor job and you're explaining how you would, it's going to plan so far. So as I say, it's the training pitch, it's lads' expectation, it's coaches getting experience as they go, but nothing beats actual matches. So really looking forward to this game with Down.
And you said about the potential captains in your changing room, which is great to hear. Young fellas going to step up and be leaders in the team, but there can only be one captain at the end of the day, and you've picked Tomas Fox from Drummondtee and Colin Wilson from St Peters. The vice captain, I suppose, just what made you make that decision, or what helped them boys stand out?
Yep. The role of captain is different to every manager and to every team, and we've got big midfielders and we've got star forwards and we've got roving half backs. Cormac Murphy was the captain of the Buncrana Cup team last year and was a superb captain, led by example. And it was just this year, all coaches were just so impressed with Tomas's attitude, his ability to listen and take on instruction, and then to affect his own play and those around him. So I suppose he plays cornerback on this team, and his ability to get out in front, to read the game, and again to inspire the others around him is just awesome. You can't coach that into somebody. They either have it or they don't have it, and he has it in bucketfuls. He's the most modest lad on the team too. When we announced on Tuesday night that Tomas would be the captain, he was genuinely chuffed for himself, but so modest in it. I got a nice message from his parents, I got a nice message from his club, I got a message from his school actually saying how proud they were of him, and everyone holds him in the same regard. And then Conal Wilson, had a super year last year with the under-17s and brought all that form into this year. So he plays with authority and he plays with all the experience to bring others on with him. He's really, really cool on the ball. He transitions quickly up the field, and I said to the boys, don't wear it as a chain around your neck. It can be a badge of honour. Surely it can be, but to just see it as your role to bring everyone on with you and on this journey. So delighted with the two lads, and delighted for them, and really hoping that they can kick on their seasons now and bring the team along.
And you have the league, Barra, you have the user on a three-team group, yourselves down in Monaghan. So you are away to Down this week, down in Monaghan play next week, and then you have Monaghan the final round at home. So there's those two games, hopefully maybe a league final potentially after that. Then you are into the championship, so there's a lot coming. We're talking about challenge games and in-house games, but there's a lot of big competitive games coming now, thick and fast.
Yeah, and that's the way it's going to happen. It's Down this week, a break the next week for us, as you say, Down play Monaghan, and then we play Monaghan at home. All going well there. There's a league semi-final the week after that. There's a league final the week after that, and the week after that is the preliminary round of Ulster. The week after that are the quarterfinals of Ulster. There's maybe a week break then to the semi-finals, a week break. So it's all thick and fast. It's a really, really crap time for a lad to pick up injuries. I've been telling them that from the start. I've been saying you need to train hard to get yourself in the equation for a place on the 24, not necessarily a place on the 15. So there's a fine balance between giving it everything on the training pitch and keeping yourself right and protecting niggles. Lads will come down and they'll try and play through the pain, and it hasn't worked for a few of them. So I suppose the Down game's coming a wee bit early for a couple of lads that are on the comeback, but as we say, it's a long season, so it'll just give other lads a chance to step in and make their claim.
And yourself, Barry, you're still involved at club level with Newtown as well, so you're having some balance in the heck now, I'm sure, over pre-season.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, and it's in ways. It's so different. You've got 40 odd young 16, 17 year olds who are giving it everything down here, and going down to Newtown and you've got boys that are in 3B trying to get themselves going to get back up into 3A, and you know it's a job of work there in Newtown, you know, to try and, you know, get back up off the ground. Where here you're trying to target the big prize, the biggest of prizes. So it's nice that it's so different, you know, and it's equally as challenging, I suppose. But that's what life's all about, isn't it?
They're charging out to training here, Bar. But just one more thing. I know, as I'd mentioned here, we're in St Joseph's High School in Newry, and as everybody knows, I'm heavily involved with the Win with Armagh campaign and the development in Portadown, the training facility that's hopefully going to be in place soon in the next months, years, for these young boys coming through. Like, how important is that to get that underway and for everybody to support it?
It's absolutely immeasurably important. You know, we can't underestimate the importance of a good training facility for the like of these lads. Like, here we are in St Joseph's in Newry, and fair play to Declan Murray and the staff and Marty Kieran's the caretaker for looking after us here. We've been here since January, since the end of December. They've made us feel so welcome. But like, how fantastic would it be to be taking the lads to our own training facility, where there'd be our own changing rooms, our own gym facility. They could be doing their S&C work with Paul Gaffney there instead of in different gyms around the county. It's, you know, other counties are and have been where we want to be. You know, we've travelled around some of the counties this year with the minors and last year with the under-16s, and, you know, you go up to Garvaghey there and you see what, you know, Tyrone have in place, and you're saying we need to be not only at that level, we need to be better than that. You know, if you want to be challenging year on year at senior level, at under 20 level and at minor level, you need the best facilities and the best resources at your disposal to give the lads that confidence to say, we're not second class citizens. You know, we need the same as everyone else, and we need to have it now. So look, at the sooner that can be ready, I suppose that's where the generosity of our patrons and everything to get behind the various fundraisers that the county are putting up there to get our young lads onto the training fields in Portadown as soon as possible.
Great stuff, Bar. Well, best luck Saturday and best luck for the rest of the year.
Thanks a million, Sean.